Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be talking about Hood Outlaws and Legends yet again, and my first impressions of the game. So if you want to see if you want to play this game or not, be sure to stick around. Before we get started though, be sure that you are subscribed with those notifications turned on. And if you haven't already, leave a like or a dislike. Don't do it yet though, do it when you think you've decided when it's the best part. Do like or dislike? Alright, let's get right into the video. Before we get into the game here, I just want to show you this. Before we get really into the game, we just gotta wait in the elevator for a second, or as they call it, I'm just gonna put you on hold, and if you could wait for a few minutes, we'll be back with you in a second. And this is a lot of sped up lobby time. When I played this game, I was sitting a lot of my time in the damn lobby. I mean, sitting in the lobbies weren't too bad because I played it right before the launch, and well, it was like an early release kind of thing, and it felt okay. The game is pretty interesting. I really like the concept of the game. However, there are some tweaks and twonks I think can be fixed here to make it even better. Now, so we have gotten all the waiting time out of the window here. And now we get into the real gameplay. You can choose between 4 characters. For most of my gameplay, I played either the guy with a flail or the guy with a big hammer, and I played a game with a ranger. I didn't play the assassin's character. However, I noticed one thing in the combat, and that is that sometimes when you're in combat in this game, in PvP combat especially, it doesn't feel like blocking and fighting is that smooth. It can feel a little bit clunky and a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel exactly right. And that's where I think a lot of my problem with this game is, and that is the combat, the stamina system, and some character that's called the Brawler. Apparently a lot of people complained about him, but when I played him, you do 2 attacks and you're out of stamina, you just stand there looking at each other. I even had a scenario where me and an enemy player, we just both ran out of stamina, and we just stood next to each other looking at each other like potatoes. The stamina system definitely needs a little bit of a revamp. I think they should go with if you get a successful hit, you don't lose as much stamina, because if you get a successful hit, that should kind of reward you for being aggressive, unless the enemy gets a good block or they parry you and they block at the right time. Also, putting up your block in this game makes you lose a lot of stamina as well, so some of the time it's not even worth trying to block, it's just button mash, and I don't know how I feel about that. The ranger, the guy with the bow, feels kind of balanced, the same with the assassin in the way of, yeah, they have some quick attacks, the ranged and melee. However, when you go to a melee character, you run out of stamina and you can't do anything. You just stand around like a potato, just rolling around on a plate somewhere. The game has some customizations, you get some perks. Some perks don't seem to work. I had a perk with my flail guy that made me not be affected by my own gas, and I still got affected by my own gas grenades. I don't know how that works. It might be a little bit of an issue there, or a bug, I'm not sure. However, I had the most fun when playing this game as the ranger. It felt so satisfying getting those headshots, sneaking in, shooting down the guards. It felt very nice and responsive. I think the melee combat mostly in Hood Outlaws and Legends need a little bit of the melee combat needs more love, is what I'm trying to say. I'm struggling to speak English, but that is definitely what the game needs. More love on the melee combat. Also, when it comes to the gameplay and the game modes, you play like a mode where there's 2 teams trying to find the sheriff who has a key to the vault, so you get the box and you get it extracted. Now, there are some problems here. The sheriff, like the big boss guy that walks around the map with the key to the vault, he doesn't do anything. He just, oh, stay vigilant, stay vigilant, stay vigilant. And then when you see somebody, he just walks at him like a Terminator until he grabs him and insta-kills him in one go. However, the sheriff also needs some work here. When you've taken the chest from the vault, the sheriff just still walks around unless you lure him to where you want him to be. And I feel like the sheriff should be part of trying to retrieve the chest back to the vault, because the winching system, how you extract the chest in this, sometimes doesn't feel right. Even though I had a lot of wins in this game, it didn't feel like a proper win. And what I mean about this is that if you just manage to, kill some enemies, capture one of their spawn points that are close by to the winch, you can basically get the entire extraction done in that time it takes them to get all the way back, and they have no time to stop and capture a respawn point to stop you from winning. They either have to take a respawn point and lose, or they have to get to you, maybe die and lose, and if they kill you, you have a much shorter distance to run. But then again, you can also be smart with a chest, and you can bring it close to your main spawn, so they can't stop you from spawning close. However, you walk so slow with the chest. I don't know about this extraction system. I think they might need to find some solution. Maybe that's where the sheriff comes in, to maybe trying to retrieve the chest, making it so that you have to re-winch it, or make it so that it's harder to steamroll an enemy team. Because sometimes when you steamroll them, it doesn't feel that rewarding just standing there holding E and shift, winching. Come on guys, just hold E and shift, it's gonna be good. But overall, the concept is great. I don't think I would recommend the game at the moment out of its state it's in. I will say though, I would definitely keep my eyes on the game and definitely on Twitter see what updates they have coming. Hood Outlaws and Legends on Twitter did drop a roadmap, a picture of the roadmap, how they wanted things to be in the future, and I saw some melee stuff going on, or combat stuff, and I think that would be good, but I really hope they get this melee combat sorted a bit quicker and make it a bit more understandable and readable for players to understand how it actually works. At least in PvP combat, it did. You can't... Also, this is actually something I just realized. If you are behind an enemy player and you crouch, you can assassinate them and do a finishing move and they'll die. However, if you see your teammate get assassinated, you can't cancel the enemy killing your teammate. So you could just walk up behind them like a conga line and assassinate them the second they're finished assassinating your teammate, and then it can end up in a massive conga line of assassinations. Because you can't cancel somebody else's assassination. And this baffles me. Why can I, if I stand right next to my teammate, why can't I save them? Do I have to watch them get assassinated, and then I can assassinate that person that was assassinating my teammate, and then I get assassinating the guy who assassinated my teammate? You see the problem here? However, I have a feeling the game has very good potential to become something really fun. At the moment, for me, my first impressions aren't the greatest, and unfortunately that's going to be what's going to make me doubt going back to the game in the future. However, I still think it will be worth keeping an eye on, and hopefully they fix some of these core issues to the game, and the game will be nice and fun and easy to play and enjoy. If you have 4 friends, it can actually be pretty fun, because you can kind of coordinate and, get things done, and maybe rotate some of the classes and roles that you're playing, so everybody gets a little bit of a taste of everything, to make everybody see what they enjoy the most. However, if you enjoyed this video the most, be sure to let me know by a like or a dislike if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you really enjoy the content, and with those notifications on if you like everything. I've been the Turtle, and until next time, hopefully you are having a great day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.